He's out there catching them. And he's probably out there laughing his ass off when he's doing it too.
All right, today we got something new for you. Bunch of river testing on the water. I'm taking this Ranger for a rip with the 250 Suzuki SS. Very good customer of ours. Just wants to make sure that I'm okay with performance, because we all know that it's all about just put it in gear and go for him. So I'm gonna see what it does. Oh, this is Neil. This is back in.
Hi.
He backs me in.
I back in.
Oh, we're gonna run this thing out in this fine body of water that we call Black River right now. See what she can do. He needs a bigger prop for sure. Running a lot of RPMs, not a ton of speed. I had 66, 67 out of it. Full trim, jack plate just off of bottom. So needs a bigger prop, running 61, 6200 RPMs. A lot of spin and no grab, so we got to get him a bigger prop. Besides that, it runs really good. Strong, got plenty of horsepower. I wonder if it'd get on plane all the way up without blowing out. We're gonna try just to see. I'm just gonna try to see how it gets on plane at different heights with the jack plate. Still got plenty of PSI. It's pretty amazing that it just shoot on plane like that with the jack plate all the way to the top. It shows the guts of this motor. It doesn't blow out, doesn't roll off. We're gonna order him a 3-blade Scorpion and see what that does. Then we'll get it ported, get some mercury ports put in it, some vent ports. We can play with that game a little bit. Closing thoughts are, motor runs good, just needs some propping issues, and it'll be good. Tom's 250 was basically just from my knowledge, because he had wanted me to run it a couple different times and I never got to it, just because he needs his bolt back just like everybody else. But I had some time today, so I took it out, drove it. Conclusion to it is he needs a bigger prop. He needs a 3-blade prop. We're gonna order him up one and put some vent holes in it, make it a Tommy custom prop, and it'll be fine. We gotta hook onto another one. Take round 2 down.
Taking another boat down to the river. Gotta make sure she goes and make sure everything's good to go. Did he leave me any fishing rods and things? He did, didn't he?
Why is there no voltage? There we go. You just gotta tap it. Wow. Oh well, we just rebuilt this one. We've been having, it's been a menace. It's been a problem. We actually built this one twice, and same hole left, and I've done everything I can, and I'm just trying to prevent it again. I just want to take it for a drive. He's got some time on it. I want to drive it, see what it sounds like, and go from there. What we're gonna do right now is see if we can't make Neil mad. We'll try to catch one. See if we can't catch a fish. I'm gonna drag it into the strike zone. See what happens. We might be able to get one. Yep, here we go. Here we go.
What's Neil gonna say?
He's gonna be pissed. You gotta let it warm up. Perfect. Neil's not going to be too, he's probably going to give me the beep beep, because that's just kind of how it works, you know, because he knows the spot I went to, he knows that there's fish there. Oh, he's going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump on the back deck and pretend like I'm looking at something, and then
I'm like, he's out there ripping him right now. What? I know he's out fishing. I'm sitting there picking my nose and picking my ass, waiting for him to come back. He's out there catching them. And he's probably out there laughing his ass off when he's doing it too. All right, I'm sitting there waiting. And I'm wondering what the hell's going on. He comes in and shows me a fish.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I'm sorry. Catching the fish was all part of the plan, actually. Once I opened up the rod locker and saw that there was rods there, I hadn't done it to Neil in a while, it was part of. I had to let the engine shut off to warm up, so I knew that it was functioning correctly. So I did have some time.
Don't let him give you the line that I'm letting the engine warm up, so I decided to take a rod out and waste some time fishing. No, he's just out there dinking around.
Why don't I ever get to run one?
I think it was 3 casts and we had the one. It worked out perfect.
Just not right.
The HPDI we took for a drive. Had to do all the cycles of it. It's kind of been an ailing thorn in my side type of deal. It's come back a couple different times, detonated cylinders, so I'm just taking it step by step. So every time he gets to another step, I'm going to see it back because I want to prevent it from happening if I can. So I just wanted to drive it today, make sure everything was all smooth, and it seemed to run really good. We're going to test a Skeeter that Neil tells me it has a trim problem. We can't do it at the shop. The customer says you got to get it warm. Well, we let it run at the shop for 25 minutes. It gets plenty warm. It always trims for us. What do I need? You want me to put that on? This guy got any rods? Damn it! My third time to the river today. Not good. I don't like to do it, but you have to do it because we get people that come in, we run them here, we don't get nothing. And then, so I gotta take them to the river, back them in. Well, actually Neil backs me in most of the time. He gets to sit in the truck with the air conditioning on while I go drive them. So, in the end of things, it's what we have to do. I mean, sometimes bring them to either they're finished or to get them to show their ill side of what their dysfunction is. Here we go. Well, we got a trim problem. We can't make it do it in the shop. Customer states that it quits trimming after it gets warm. We're still trimming right now. So we're gonna run this one up and down the creek, see what happens.
Tell me about it.
Short run, warmed it up, still works. You got to take his word for that. This is what happens, but then we get them and we just do everything we can to try to replicate the problem and try to make it so that it does it. And we can't get it to do it. I don't know. Then we waste a bunch of time on something that won't do it. And then he'll get it back and it'll do it right away. But sooner or later, it's going to act up and we'll get it. Gauge is working now. Look at the gauge works. Gauge works. Gauge works. Bet you. If I call this gentleman, he's going to state that the trim gauge doesn't work, not the trim. But I could be wrong. And I can tell you what's wrong. I can show you what's wrong back here. Common problem with the Yamaha SHO. Even the HPDI is supposed to be coming around the front like this. You see this? The bolt is gone, so this has worked its way around. So if you look, I don't know if you can see inside of here, that sending unit right there always thinks the engine's in the down position because the arm that tells that to move like this has been twisted around in circles because this bolt is gone. Obviously what I think is going on is that trim gauge would fluctuate and flinch. This thing has finally spun itself around so far that it's always going to be stuck in that up position. So I'll have to talk to Katrina when I get back and make sure that was exactly what he was stating. There's fish breaking over there. And I can't get it not to work. It works just fine. We'll drive her back hard and see what happens when I get back.
Hell yeah, let's do this.
Did you get it to do it? I'm gonna have to call him and just talk to him. Now, basing it off of, is he stating that, I don't know, saying the trim gauge doesn't work when he uses this stuff or what? Well, he's got problems with it.
I don't know. Let's call him, I guess. It works.
I tried everything I could to try to make it not work. We'll try it again when we get back to the shop. Maybe since it sits, it won't work, but still doesn't make any sense because it's all run off of the same module. So that tells me that there's a break or a short somewhere where we can't see wires. And that will not be a good deal for that guy. I mean, like I told you out on the water, I believe that there's a problem, but when we can't replicate it, it's hard for us to repair it. Skeeter with the 200, no trim. Drove it up and down the Black River, drove it all over I could, because he said once it gets warm, it doesn't trim. I got it as warm as I could, and it trims every time. It trims everywhere. Shut it off, let it heat soak. Nothing happened. Hopefully, trying to get it not to work. The only thing I found was that the trim gauge isn't working. I hope when we get to the end of it, it's not that he thinks that the trim gauge isn't working, so the trim's not working. It could be. Like I said, sometimes they just don't know. Just another one that doesn't want to show itself. Stay tuned for the next episode, and as always, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell to witness the madness that we call speed, money, with no brakes.
Why don't I ever go to the f***ing river?
That's where.
God damn it. That's a lap. Where's the whistle?